Christmas twist.
Bro, this shit is so fun,
ASGEULACHD begins where the Clyde waters flow, midst Glasgow's grand steeples and fresh-fallen snow. I am the Snow Raven, the narrator here, to sing of a legend, both distant and near, in a city of culture where spirits are high, underneath the charcoal of a wintry sky. A story unfolds of a heart and a soul, of reaching a destination and making things whole. Listen well, I croak with a feathersome flair, to a tale of true magic that hangs in the air. Bella, a lass with a smile like the sun, was Nepalese Scottish and loved having fun. She donned her yellow dress, a princess indeed, while her dad checked the map for the path they would need. We must hurry, Bella. The lights switch on soon. He smiled, his excitement reaching the moon. DJ Christmas is playing. We can't be delayed, lest our festive itinerary starts to be frayed. I'm ready, she cried with a skip and a leap, while the city of Glasgow woke up from its sleep. But the weather turned sour, the wind grew quite irate, and a detour was needed, dictated by fate. With Red the Robin, her tiny best friend, Bella found a gate at the dark river's bend. A shortcut, Red chirped, though it looks rather grim, and the chance of success is decidedly slim. The garden was barred, an exclusive retreat, hidden away from the noise of the street. Should we enter? Bella asked, feeling a chill, as the world around them grew suddenly still. Suddenly, Rosie appeared with a glare, a pink-clad enchantress with frost in her hair. How dare you? This garden is out of bounds, hush. Your presence is loquacious, an infantile rush. She was the Thorn Fairy, notorious and vain, whose egotistical nature caused nothing but pain. I've trapped you, she cackled. You're caught red-handed. By my magic, your freedom is hereby disbanded. Bella felt crestfallen, her heart in a heap, as the shadows around them grew tangled and deep. From the depths of the ivy, a figure emerged, as the feelings of fear and of wonderment surged. A beast stood before them, with antlers and fur. His growl was a rumble, a sorrowful purr. Red the Robin took flight. Are you for real? You look like a monster from a bad movie reel. The beast, named Bo, sighed with a dismal sound, his heavy paws thudding upon the cold ground. I'm a fish out of water, he said with a groan, trapped in this garden and always alone. Don't be frightened, Bo whispered, his voice soft and low. Rosie's curse is horrendous, as you'll come to know. I was once just a lad, quite distinguished and grand, until she decided to ruin this land. She said I was lackluster, too plain for her sight, so she marred my appearance and stole all my light. Bella looked at him, her eyes wide and kind, seeking the beauty she knew she would find. We must collaborate, Bella insisted with glee, to break this atrocious curse and be free. Rosie watched from the balcony, snide and severe. Your hopes are redundant. There's no light at the end of the tunnel here. I'll veto your plans, and I'll sabotage your joy. You juvenile girl, and you animal boy. Your time is now borrowed. The clock's ticking fast. This Christmas light switch on will be your very last. She'd cursed Bo because he had dared to oppose her demand that the world only look at her rose. It's ironic, said Bo, that her beauty is sour, while she hides like a weed in a vanity bower. The garden was dismal, a redundant wreck, with ice-covered fountains and vines at your neck. This place is an eyesore, the Snow Raven cried, where joy and consistency long ago died. The stench of old magic hung thick in the air, a scent of resentment and deep-seated despair. Bella said, but if we want to maintain the hope in our hearts, then her curse is in vain. Though the situation is dire, and the stakes are quite high, we won't let our festive enthusiasm die. Red the Robin chirped loudly. Don't fall falter or wane. To resign now would be such an absolute drama. We must find the gnomes who are hidden in ice. They're competent, energetic, and actually nice. Bella nodded. Of course, we must find where they hide and bring them together to turn back the tide. To start from scratch might be a tedious task, but freedom is all that I'm going to ask. She adjusted her dress, which was yellow and bright, a beacon of hope in the gathering night. First, they found Howl and Growl, gnomes of great size, with frost on their beards and with grit in their eyes. "We're stuck," Growl complained. "It's a big mistake, truly. This garden is wild, and its thorns are unruly." Howl added, "Rosie is livid and irate. She's barred every exit and locked every gate." Bella smiled. "If you help us, we'll do away with the gloom and make sure this garden has plenty of room." The gnomes looked at Bella, then looked at the beast. Their hope for a rescue had finally increased. Then Casey and Macy were found in the brush, their bickering breaking the afternoon hush. "You're erratic," said Casey. "You're prone to a lapse." "And you," Macy countered, "are lazy perhaps." Bella intervened. "Stop this petty squabble. Our timeline is shaky. We're starting to wobble. The lights switch on soon. We must all coordinate, lest the garden's condition should deteriorate." The duo agreed, their dispute set aside, as they joined the small group with a sense of great pride. Steel and Ivy were next, near the frozen oval pond. Of their manual labor, they both were quite fond. "We've tried to repair this," Steel said with a sigh, "but Rosie's magic makes the fountain run dry." Ivy nodded. "It's appalling, a horrendous sight, to lack all the water and lack all the light." Bo stepped forward. "I'll help you. I'm strong. I've sat in this misery for far, far too long." With the beast's heavy strength and the gnome's clever skill, they started to work with a vigorous will. Moody and Noel were found in the shed, with hats made of velvet and noses of red. "It's a dire circumstance," Noel whispered low. "Rosie will punish us all, don't you know? She's inconsistent, she's cruel, and she's sour. She'll use every ounce of her magical power." Moody said, "Nonsense! We'll show some defiance. We'll build a great ladder in holy alliance." Bella cheered. "Exemplary! That's the right spirit. The end of the tunnel? We're starting to near it." Lastly, Neom and Maeve appeared from the gloom, near a bed of dead roses that refused to bloom. "Is it true?" Neom asked. "Is the princess the one to bring back the scent and the heat of the sun?" Maeve looked at Bella. "Your dress is superior, unlike Rosie's heart, which is vastly inferior." Bella hugged them both. "We must all be brave to rescue Bo from this emotional grave." The gnomes gathered round, a cacophony of sound, as they prepared to escape from this enchanted ground. Rosie descended, her ire like a fire. "You think you can win? You're a pathetic choir. I'll obliterate hope. I'll diminish your soul. You'll never achieve your ambitious goal." She turned toward Bo. "You're a monster, a freak. Your chances of changing are dismal and weak." Bo flinched at her words. They were sharp as a thorn, making him feel all rejected and lorn. "Add fuel to the fire," the Snow Raven sighed, while Rosie's cold heart is bloated with pride. Meanwhile, in the square, the crowd was ecstatic. The energy there was purely magnetic. DJ Christmas was spinning a festive new beat, while the people of Glasgow danced in the street. Bella's dad looked around, his heart full of worry. "Where's Bella?" he asked. "She should be in a hurry." The lights were all ready. The switch was in place, but a look of great concern was on everyone's face. "Don't worry," said DJ. "It's the thought that counts most. Though without our dear Bella, we're a ship with no coast." Back in the garden, Bella stood tall. "Rosie, you're wrong. You don't know it all. Bo isn't a monster because of his face. His heart is a garden of beauty and grace. But vanity's poisoned you, made you a mess. It's time you were taught a lesson, I guess. Bella took Beau's hand, so hairy and vast. Your reign of terror is over at last. She showed him a kindness that Rosie had lacked, a bond of true friendship that couldn't be cracked. As Bella spoke truth, a miracle happened. The chains of the curse were suddenly dampened. Beau began to transform. The fear fell away, like the melting of snow on a warm, sunny day. His antlers dissolved, his posture grew straight. As he shed the heavy and terrible weight, he was a handsome young lad, with a smile so sincere. The light of his spirit was finally clear. I'm free, he exclaimed. Bella, you've won. The shadows are fleeing. Here comes the sun. Rosie, defeated, let out a great cry and vanished like smoke in the wintry sky. The gate swung wide open, the thorns disappeared, as the gnomes and the bird all loudly cheered. Bella and Beau ran through the Glasgow streets, passing the bakers and vendors of sweets. They reached George Square just in time for the show, where the trees were all dusted with glittering snow. Bella, her dad cried, you've made it, my dear, and the crowd let out a thunderous cheer. DJ Christmas hit play, and the lights flickered on. The darkness of Glasgow was suddenly gone. Nole Cridheil, they shouted, a joyous refrain, free from the sorrow and free from the pain. Beau and Bella danced under the glow of the festive displays and the soft falling snow. With Red the Robin and the gnomes by their side, they celebrated Christmas with Glasgow's great pride. The snow raven smiled from his high stony perch as the spirit of Christmas completed its search.